Now, there's a story that is trending at the moment. It's about Uber. Now, you remember around 7 years ago, 10 years ago, when Uber was introducing their services in Kenya, and the tax operators resisted. They did not want at all. They even demonstrated, but nothing can stop change. So, what happened is that Uber came, they introduced their services, their app, and all the tax operators were forced to use the apps. Later on, other online apps were introduced, and right now, Kenyans are safe with those apps. Now, Uber has introduced Uber Safaris, and this is a game changer if you don't know. Uber Safaris was introduced, and the pilot or the experiment will be done in Nairobi National Park. And for 3 hours, you'll pay 25,000, and per night, you'll pay 40,000. If it becomes successful, then the operation will be spread to other game parks, national parks, and where tourists visit. And this is bad news to tour operators. It is not good news. If you have been doing this business for a long time, it's now time to think about another business or join Uber in order to provide your vehicles and be branded and start operating. Because what I'm seeing is the same fate that befell tax operators. Because right now, if you have a taxi and you're not using those apps, online apps, then there are customers which will not accept to board your car. The same thing will happen to tour guide companies. Because I've had so many cases, especially tourists who come to visit Kenya. You are taken to, let's say, Masai Mara by someone you don't even know. They are not subscribed to any organization or institution. So it's just an individual who bought those vehicles, and the driver, of course, is registered by the tourism board, but he doesn't have all those qualities needed for the comfort of a tourist. Now, when you reach Masai Mara, you want to see specific things. You are taken to a game drive. They, instead of seeing, Masai Mara, there's these animals or wildlife that you want specifically to see: lion, cheetah, and leopard. All those unique ones, even wild beast migration, but they don't satisfy you. And if you are not satisfied, some of them are rude. You return home knowing that you have wasted your money. And that those 3 days you had paid more than 200,000 shillings, even let's say 100,000 shillings with your family, 150,000 shillings. Very rude. There's no way you can report. Now, with this app, if you are frustrated by a driver, you can report and action is taken. Now, the major reason why it's a game changer is that tourists will be coming from foreign countries already know Uber, the app. So they will trust Uber more than those other drivers. So if your vehicle is not branded Uber, then there are high chances that the tourists will never board your vehicle. That's what will happen. And in future, what I'm saying is that soon, even as early as December, Uber, this app will spread its services to other parks like Masai Mara, Amboseli, Nakuru, we have Samburu, Savo, and many others. And eventually, what you'll see is that other apps will emerge apart from Uber. Someone will create an independent app for specifically tourists. Now, in this era, if you did not save money when you are doing this game drive, when you are bringing those tourists to Kenya and taking them to game parks, then I'm very sorry. This time, they're going to compete with Uber and other apps. And that is not good news for those ones who have been doing this business. Another thing which I'm seeing is that we have Kenyans are frustrated with this border. Eventually, these apps will take up these jobs, the border. And once they start branding their own border, all the border operators in Kenya will start using the apps. And this is a good idea because nowadays thieves are taking advantage. You board a border, on the way they rob you and nowhere to report. And they're misbehaving. Nowadays they are even banning vehicles. And you find that a border operator is the one who was on the wrong side. And once you hit them, they gang up, they beat you, they ban your vehicle. This one will end if these apps start, they join the border business. They are forced to join them so that the apps can be answerable. And in that case, there will be sanity in this industry. So in all these cases, even this game drive to operation, those people will benefit. It is the online apps like Uber and the customer. And what I'm projecting is that the price will drastically come down. You know, when individuals were conducting this business of taxi from Nairobi CBD to airport, you are being charged 2,000 shillings, 2,500. You are being exploited. But nowadays, Bolt, you pay something like 300, 400, 250 from Nairobi CBD to airport. So it benefited the customer and the app. So when technology comes, you should not resist. I know the two operators will resist, will try to demonstrate and do this and that, try to frustrate those who have subscribed to apps, but eventually they're going to align themselves to these apps and accept change. Change is happening everywhere. Even AI is taking jobs for people. There's nothing you can do to change, and the only thing you can do is to be flexible, to adjust very fast and go with the flow. So that is what is happening at the moment, and the change is coming. If you did not save as a tour operator, it is hard for you.